Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Today, we are moving beyond the surface of a popular sitcom to conduct a strategic analysis of a small business case study. Bob's Burgers. On the surface, it's a family run burger shop with humor, chaos, and constant pressure. But we will treat the show as a business case to develop and reveal a deeper story, one of family enterprise, cultural continuity, household labor, and the struggle to build something durable while operating within a larger, uncontrollable system. We will apply real world business frameworks such as the Timmons Model and the Business Model Canvas to reveal the underlying tension when a family business is held together by authenticity, sacrifice, and familiarity. What is truly required for that venture to become profitable and secure? The Bob Burgers restaurant appears to be a typical family owned establishment specializing in high quality, authentic, 100% pure sirloin beef burgers. Despite its strong product, the business is constantly under commercial pressure. It survives through its family's unwavering persistence and deep local connections, but its small scale and narrow concept severely constrain its commercial potential. This presentation aims to analyze Bob's Burgers not merely as a cartoon, but as a compelling business case study. Most viewers see Bob's Burgers as a charming small restaurant run by a struggling but endearing family, with the chef owner constantly battling to stay afloat. This visible narrative featuring awesome burgers, family dynamics, neighborhood regulars, and an air of modest instability is just the level surface. But beneath that, the show offers a deep look into family labor, the endurance of small businesses, and the hidden mechanisms of entrepreneurial survival. The restaurant isn't merely a backdrop, it is the central force that binds the family, their household, and their economic struggle into one cohesive unit. Using the Timmons model of entrepreneurship, we can evaluate and the balance between opportunity, resources, and the team. While the opportunity is a consistent neighborhood shop with high foot traffic by a popular wharf, it is constrained by undercapitalization. The team, the Belcher family, is exceptionally strong in commitment and loyalty, but weak in professionalized structure and role clarity. What is really going on is that the business survives through a fused household enterprise model. Family labor substitutes for payroll. The children are not just part of the story, they are part of the operating environment. The family lives above the business, which lowers certain costs, but also creates the boundary, also erases the boundary between work life and home life. Bob controls the deli operation, but he does not control the larger structure around it, especially the property system and landlord relationship. So, this is not just a restaurant story, it is a story about entrepreneurship under constraint, hardworking, authentic, but still structurally exposed. Bob's Burgers, a simple food concept fueled by neighborhood demand and repeat customer potential, presents a genuine entrepreneurial opportunity. The business enjoys a primarily competitive advantage, familiarity scale. This high local recognition and trust builds a strong reservoir fostering repeat customer traffic and creating emotional stickiness. However, the venture remains precarious due to limited resources. The resource base is thin, relying primarily on Bob's culinary skill, the family labor, local familiarity, and a modest physical location. Yet, one of the most distinctive strengths in Bob's Burgers is familiarity. The family knows the business intimately. The customer recognizes the family. The restaurant feels authentic because the people behind it are not hidden. That familiarity creates trust, continuity, and identity. It gives the business emotional texture that many larger businesses cannot replicate or duplicate. But familiarity is not only a strength, it can also become a limit. A business built too heavily on family can stay small, impoverished, and resistant to formal systems. So, family helps Bob's Burgers feel rooted and human, but it also may keep it from becoming more scalable and structurally sound. Bob's core challenge lies in the distinction between ownership and operation. While he operates the grill, he lacks control over the surrounding system. Because he rents instead of owning the property, he is highly vulnerable to the landlord and the whims of larger property economics on the Fisherman's Wharf. This structural point is critical. Bob runs the restaurant, but he does not control the building, the property system, or the business's wider environment. This lack of asset control grants external parties significant power over the venture's long term stability. A key lesson for small businesses is that operating a business is not the same as controlling the underlying assets. This is why family and immigrant enterprises often prioritize owning the business as well as the trade. Property control fundamentally alters the power dynamic. Without it, even a beloved business remains precarious. The analysis of Bob Burgers under the business model canvas reveals a visible operation with inherent structural limitations. Bob controls the operation of the restaurant, but not the assets that support it. This lack of property control keeps the long term stability of the venture tenuous despite its local popularity. For many a family and immigrant business, this is a key lesson. Owning the property is as critical as owning the trade. Property ownership fundamentally shifts the power relationship, offering greater stability than operating resilient on a lease asset. The SWOT analysis clearly isolates the core business tension. The business benefits from a strong emotional brand with identity and deep family commitments, which contributes to an authentic product. Yes, the neighborhood identity and the potential for repeat customers is a strength. The business has heart, a significant factor in commercial commerce. Yet the structural vulnerabilities include a thin capital base, narrow margins, high reliance on the owner, the constant blurring between a family and firm, and tenancy issues. These weaknesses make the businesses susceptible to competition and owner burnout. Bob's Burgers, while a compelling case study, illustrates a critical business lesson. Authenticity and dedication are insufficient for long term survival. The business possesses genuine strengths: an authentic product, family commitment, a strong neighborhood identity, and customer loyalty, which gives it considerable heart and commercial appeal. However, these emotional strengths cannot mask serious structural weaknesses, limited resources, dependence on tenancy, thin profit margins, over reliance on Bob, and the contentious confusion between personal and business finances and roles. The central conclusion is that the business has immense value, but the value does not negate its underlying structural instability. Ultimately, while Bob can perfect the product, the enduring challenge is whether the family can ever establish control over the broader system, the leverage, systems, and physical asset control necessary for true, lasting enterprise durability. Thank you.